Imagine one TV show so wild, real moonshiners, country stars, and stunt drivers all crossed paths. But the behind-the-scenes stories just got weirder every season. Here are the 18 weirdest facts hiding in the Dukes of Hazzard. 18. The show's famous car jumps destroyed hundreds of General Lees each season. Let's kick things off with car chaos. Ever notice how every episode has that signature orange Dodge Charger flying through the air? Well, the producers didn't just use clever camera tricks. They really launched those cars. Each season, the crew trashed over 300 General Lees. Yes, they went through so many Chargers that they ran out and had to find junkyard parts all across the South. Sometimes they even faked jumps with miniatures because local scrapyards couldn't keep up with the destruction. By the final seasons, fans could actually spot patched-together Frankenstein General Lees on screen, a rolling reminder that Hazzard's stunts had a real cost.
I was a figment of the writer's imagination of what he thought would be a perfect country girl.
17. Daisy Duke's iconic shorts inspired the real term Daisy Dukes in fashion. Now, before social media invented viral fashion trends, Catherine Bach's legs basically broke TV in 1979. Daisy's tiny denim shorts became so famous that people started calling the style Daisy Dukes. Designers copied them, high schoolers got sent home for wearing them, and even pop stars started showing up in lookalikes. The shorts caused such a fuss that CBS received weekly letters from viewers. Some wanted to ban them, others wanted the pattern. Bach herself joked that she practically launched a global leg day. If you've ever heard anyone say Daisy Dukes in real life, you can thank Hazzard County's most daring wardrobe choice.
I mentioned about that. You know, if we weren't cousins, I'd marry you.
It's never stopped anyone in this family before.
You got a point there.
16. Original Bo Duke actor John Schneider lied about his age to get the role Every Show Needs a Wild Card, and John Schneider proved it before cameras even rolled. He auditioned for Bo Duke as a New York kid with a Southern accent, lied that he was 24 when he was really only 18, and even claimed to be from Georgia. Producers were so convinced by his confidence, and maybe his mop of blonde hair, that he landed the part. Schneider kept the truth quiet for a while, only revealing his real age once the show became a hit. Hazzard's wildest stunts weren't always scripted, but Schneider's audition set a new bar for gutsy Hollywood moves. 15. The Duke Boys' car horn actually plays the first notes of Dixie live. If you ever hum General Lee's horn after an episode, you're not alone. Here's the kicker. That horn wasn't a sound effect. They really installed musical air horns that played the first notes of Dixie live on set. Anytime the boys hit the steering wheel, everyone on location heard it, including startled neighbors and, sometimes, the local police. The studio even started getting calls from nearby residents who couldn't figure out why Dixie kept blasting through their small towns. It's one of the few TV sound gags you could hear in real life, long before soundboards took over the world.
And the law would allow just two good old boys.
14. Tom Wopat and John Schneider both released country music albums mid-series country music runs deep in Hazzard. What most fans missed is that both Tom Wopat, Luke, and John Schneider, Bo, chased real music careers while filming the show. In fact, they recorded albums between shoot days and even landed songs on the charts. Schneider scored a #1 country single and packed out tour stops, while Wopat earned steady airplay on country radio. The cast juggled concerts and filming, sometimes performing at state fairs, still dressed as their TV characters. So if you thought those Southern accents were just for show, think again. Hazzard County's heroes really did sing for their supper.
Who got it?
Me against you.
Car against car.
3 days from today.
13. Uncle Jesse's beard was sometimes a glued-on fake for reshoots. If you always pictured Denver Pyle's Uncle Jesse with a thick white beard, you might be surprised to know it wasn't always real. The filming schedule was brutal, and sometimes Pyle had already shaved for other roles or personal events when they needed to reshoot scenes. The solution? Slap on a glue-on beard and hope no one could spot the difference. In certain episodes, eagle-eyed viewers can see the fuzz looking suspiciously patchy, especially in quick chase scenes. Uncle Jesse's wisdom was always real, but sometimes that iconic beard was hanging on by nothing but Hollywood glue and good luck.
We'll go out here and
12. The show was based on a real-life Georgia moonshiner's wild stories. You ever wonder where the wild, freewheeling spirit of the Dukes of Hazzard came from? Believe it or not, the whole show was inspired by the wild adventures of a real Georgia moonshiner named Jerry Rushing. He spent years outsmarting the law in backwoods chases, and when he told his stories to Hollywood, they took notes. The first episodes borrowed directly from his life: fast cars, family loyalty, and plenty of run-ins with the sheriff. Rushing later joked that he barely recognized his own tales by season 2. But you can still spot bits of real moonshiner legend in every Hazzard jump.
You know, for 8 years, I've been wondering how that happened. When the sun finally rose on
11. The General Lee's doors were welded shut for a unique racing look. No, it wasn't a stunt gone wrong. Those welded car doors were totally on purpose. The show's producers wanted the General Lee to look like a true stock car, just like the ones in Southern dirt track racing, so they sealed the doors and forced Bo and Luke to climb through the windows. Not only did this give every chase scene a signature look, but it also made filming a nightmare on hot days. Actors had to slide in and out, sometimes ripping costumes or getting stuck on camera. The iconic window entrance turned into a rite of passage for every new stunt driver.
You idiot! You bitch! You numbskull!
10. Enos's spinoff lasted only 1 season before he returned to Hazzard. You might remember Deputy Enos Straight, always one step behind the Duke boys, but impossible not to like. Well, he left Hazzard County in 1980 for his very own spin-off, Enos, where he headed to Los Angeles to fight crime. The show had its moments, but struggled to capture the same magic, and after just 1 season, producers called Enos back home. Fans barely had time to miss him before he was back, clueless as ever, and chasing General Lee around those familiar dirt roads. Even in Hollywood, there's no place like Hazzard County for a good-hearted underdog.
That's Cousin Daisy. She works as a waitress.
9. Daisy's Jeep Dixie got a paint job change mid-series without explanation. You'd think someone in Hazzard would notice if a bright white Jeep suddenly swapped colors, but TV magic made sure Daisy's Dixie got a fresh paint job mid-series without any story to explain it. One episode, she's cruising in a clean white Jeep, and the next, it's gold, sparkling in the Georgia sun. Nobody in the show ever mentions it. No jokes, no accidents, just a color swap like nothing happened. Car spotters, toy collectors, and even young fans at home spent years debating the real Dixie. But on the set, it was just another day at the office. 8. Producers used radio-controlled cars for dangerous stunts late in the show. Stunts were getting so wild, the insurance guys must have needed heart medication. As the series went on and budgets got tighter, the producers started using radio-controlled cars for some of the most dangerous jumps and crashes. Miniature General Lees would soar across model bridges or crash through fake barns, all filmed in close-up to look just like the real thing. Some kids caught the difference and wrote in, but most fans never spotted it. With hundreds of real cars wrecked already, the RC cars gave the crew a break and saved the last few genuine Chargers from total demolition.
The Gettysburg reenactment every other Sunday, so we figured why not let General Lee win one?
7. Cooter's garage sign changed names after a legal threat from a real garage. You'd expect small-town drama in Hazzard County, but one of the funniest real-life feuds happened off camera. Early episodes featured Cooter's garage, but a real Georgia garage with the same name threatened to sue for trademark infringement. The studio scrambled, changing the sign to Cooter's Hazzard County Garage practically overnight. Sharp-eyed fans can spot the sign changing back and forth in reruns. Cooter himself, actor Ben Jones, once joked that the garage sign drama felt like a plot straight out of the show, complete with legal letters instead of car chases and some creative fixes nobody on set could have predicted.
Matter of fact, on the way over here, we ran in that same old Cooter wearing his same old hat.
6. The cast was nearly replaced after a contract dispute in Season 5. Hazzard County almost had a completely new set of Duke boys. In Season 5, Tom Wopat and John Schneider left the show over a contract fight about royalties and merchandising money. The network tried replacing Bo and Luke with their cousins, Coy and Vance, hoping nobody would notice. Fans noticed immediately. Ratings crashed, angry letters flooded CBS, and the original actors were lured back with new deals. The swap became a TV legend, a cautionary tale for studios everywhere, and proof that you can't just throw new faces in a General Lee and expect nobody to care. Coy and Vance? Blink, and you miss them. 5. There's a General Lee on display at the Smithsonian, but it's not screen used. If you ever tour the Smithsonian and spot a bright orange Dodge Charger labeled General Lee, don't be too quick to snap a photo. That famous car actually never appeared in a single episode. It's a meticulously restored tribute car, donated by fans and collectors to represent TV history. The real screen-used General Lees were so battered, crushed, or parted out for repairs that hardly any survived. Car buffs who search out the original VIN numbers know that most real Hazard heroes ended up as scrap. Still, seeing that replica on display, you can almost hear the Dixie horn echoing down the museum halls. 4. Several famous guest stars appeared, including Loretta Lynn and the Oak Ridge Boys. Hazard County was a magnet for big names, especially country music stars. Loretta Lynn once showed up as herself, turning the Boar's Nest into a makeshift concert hall, while the Oak Ridge Boys made cameo appearances that brought new viewers and plenty of excitement. The producers loved booking surprise guests, and local newspapers always covered the visits. Other guest stars included Tammy Wynette, Buck Owens, and even Cale Yarborough, each bringing their own bit of stardust and helping the show feel like a true slice of Southern culture. Those guest episodes still get replayed at country music festivals and fan reunions every year.
All right. I'd like to dedicate this song to Jesse, Bo, and Luke, and Daisy.
3. Waylon Jennings, the balladeer, rarely appeared on screen despite narrating every episode. Waylon Jennings is the voice you hear in your head whenever you think of the Dukes of Hazzard. His balladeer narration gave the show its storybook feel, but the wild thing is, he barely ever appeared on screen. Aside from a special guest cameo or two, Waylon did his work off-set, recording his lines and theme song from a studio, not the Boar's Nest. For years, fans imagined him hanging out in Hazzard County, only to learn it was all done long distance. Waylon's voice ties everything together, even though the man himself was as much a legend as the show.
This is Bo Duke and Luke Duke. They're cousins.
2. The pilot episode had a completely different tone and cast chemistry. When you revisit the pilot, One-Armed Bandits, the mood is so different, it feels almost like a different show. Early episodes were grittier, less silly, and played the Duke family's moonshining past for drama rather than laughs. The cast chemistry took time to click. Daisy was shy, Bo and Luke acted more like real troublemakers, and Roscoe wasn't the lovable goof he became later. By season 2, the writers doubled down on slapstick and running gags, transforming Hazzard into a place where even car chases felt like family fun. The show you remember started as something way riskier, until the magic formula hit.
Yeah, baby, Southern by the grace of God, yeah!
1. The show's rebel flag controversy made it the center of national debate years later. Here's the biggest fact, the one nobody predicted when the show first aired. Years after the Dukes of Hazzard ended, the image of the Confederate flag atop the General Lee sparked national debate. TV reruns got pulled, toys disappeared from stores, and cast members were asked to weigh in. Fans split over whether the symbol represented Southern heritage or something far darker. The conversation even reached the halls of Congress and became a headline topic during national reckonings over race and history. The once beloved symbol became a lightning rod, forever tying a goofy TV show to the larger story of American identity. Until next time, stay nostalgic.
Uncle Jesse, after 6 years, I don't think I'm going to recognize my own cousins.